Hallelujah. You cannot switch the supernatural on without the help of the Spirit. Many of us, we don't know we are worshiping idols, and we are looking for idols. We think it's an image. It's the phone you have. Because if you cannot give Jesus his space and you have your mind divided, you will not see the face of the Lord. When God is about to lift you, there are some things around that may not look good, but he's working everything out for our good. David said, I will bless the Lord at all times, and his praise shall continually be in my mouth. Even when I go to bed, knowing that nothing there to eat in the next morning, I will still bless the Lord. Even when things look bleak, it look blank, gloomy, I will still bless the Lord, because his praises will not leave my mouth. The songwriter said, I will not be silenced, for I will always worship you. The enemy wants you to be silent, because out of your praise God can birth a miracle. The enemy wants you to be quiet, because out of your praise things can change. The enemy wants you to be quiet because your praise is a standard, it's a blow and a slap in the face of the enemy to let him know that God is still able. One more reference. That's St. John chapter 11, verse 41 and 42. Can I get it up, please? St. John chapter 11. So then they took away a stone from the place where the dead was laid, and Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And 42. And I knew that thou hearest me always, but because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. Jesus did not see death. Where's Jesus? At the grave of who? Lazarus. Jesus did not see what? Death. He saw a means to give God thanks and bring honor to God. What are you faced with? What is that cause you to change your tongue? Few days ago, you were waking up, Lord, I thank you. You are good to me. Then now, something just tweak. And then they go up in there getting tired. What is it? Jesus did not see a grave. He saw a reason to give God thanks. He said, Father, you have not called for Lazarus yet. He said, Father, what? I thank you. Thanksgiving in advance. No grave he's looking at. Even though Martha tried to sweat his mind, he's already writing after 4 days. He's not listening to her. He said, I told you I'm the resurrection. I'm here already. He said, I thank you. I thank you. The first thing he did, he lifted up his eyes to heaven. When you read Mark chapter 6, verse 41, when he met with the people who were hungry, 5,000, the Bible says he lifted up his eyes and he blessed it. This time around, he lifted his eyes and he thanked God. Why was he doing that? Every time he lifted up his eyes, he was taking the attention from him and putting attention on God. David said, I will look unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. For my help cometh from the Lord, who is the maker of the heaven and earth. That word David was saying, was telling us that the Lord is the owner of heaven and earth. So he has the right to permit what comes out of heaven to earth and what leaves earth to heaven. So he said, I'm talking to the landlord, the one that gave access. And Jesus said it. He looked up and gave thanks. The reason why your thanksgiving has stopped is because you are looking around for that uncle or that auntie, that boyfriend, that girlfriend, or that job. But when you keep your eyes on Jesus, when you keep your eyes onto the hills, from whence cometh your help, it always flows, it always comes, because he will never forsake you. It may not come the time you want it, but it will never be late. Oh God. Maybe you didn't get it. It may not come the time you want it, but it will never be late, because God never late. He controls times. He controls seasons. He knows the span of your life. He knows when it is right and when it is expedient to have it. He looked up and gave thanks. And then the next thing he did, he called forth the dead man. The thanksgiving preceded the miracle. And if you read the Greek word I would use is eulogios. It means to sing praise to God, to talk of the goodness of God. That's what he did. You always heard me. You are a good God. I know you. You know, the Greek word is almost like the Hebrew word. It can mean many things. But he said, alogio. Like we can say alogio. This one is eulogia. What you can say when people pass away, they borrow that word from the Greek people. It means to sing praise. say, God, you always. And I read this time. That's why I want you to sing this song. I got a victory that you promise. You promise it, but I got it. You almost saying the word that you promise it, I got it. It means you said it, you not give it. And you stay able to do. Isaiah 42, verse 9. He said, the former things have come to pass. Yea, I declare a new thing. Before spring forth, I will tell you. God does not leave us in vain. But the reason why we don't understand these things is because we put the problem before the praise. Stand up to your feet and give God some praise tonight. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.